Hey guys, and welcome to another edition of Burton Ballers. And in today's video, I'll be previewing our upcoming match against Real Madrid, and I'll be talking about some of the club's greatest European comebacks.
Welcome to the Burton Ballers. Ain't got no time for no stallers, yeah.
We are the risers, we're not the fallers. Our channel is growing wider and taller.
Yeah, we're here to give you the news about your dear beloved Blues, yeah.
So if you like this YouTube channel, like, subscribe and turn on that bell.
Yeah.
So guys, tomorrow is the day. Tomorrow is the day where we need to have a perfect game. We need a bit of luck on our side. We need to be strong and solid defensively. We need to be combative and energetic in midfield. And we need to finish our dinner. We need to take those chances when they come to us. That's the only way that we can beat Real Madrid tomorrow, is by playing that perfect game of football. It doesn't matter when we score, because I for one think that it'll be better for us to score in the second half rather than an early goal, because an early goal will wake up Real Madrid and get them playing again. But I think if we score sort of midway through the second half to make it 1-0, then the Real Madrid players are going to be getting nervy, because if they are already in a defensive mindset and we score, then to come out and try and get that goal, and the fans may start to get a bit nervy, and it will translate to the players, and we score another goal to make it 2-0, and you never know. We are in the ascendancy then, because they know that if they try and get that goal to kill the tie, then we can score a third goal to make it 3-0. It seems like mission impossible, and it is going to be a very, very difficult game for me. But you know what? Where there's a will, there's a way. And I think 90 minutes of football, these guys have got to believe. They have to believe that they can do it. The first part of trying to win the game is believing. And if they can put in that stellar performance, you never know. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take a look at some of our greatest European comebacks. The first one, it wasn't such a great comeback, but this was a funny old story for those who remember. Back in, what year was it? 98 was it, or 99? Most of the time I'm doing these, I don't do the research. I just, this is a lot of these stories that I'm telling you about past matches are straight from my head. So excuse me if I'm a bit sketchy on the dates. But we played Tromsø, I believe. Was it 2000? Maybe 2001, actually, after we won the FA Cup in 2000. And we played them in the snow. So Tromsø in the snow. So it was more snowball than it was football, because it was a farcical game of football. We had an orange ball, and the ball wasn't even bouncing, because it was just, and I don't know why the game wasn't called off, actually, because there was a snowstorm in the middle of the game, and it was, should have been called off, but they continued to play. Chelsea players were bemused that the match was still carrying on, and they couldn't really adjust to the way of football. You can adjust to playing football in snow. And we ended up losing that match 3-2. I think it was Gianluca Vialli who scored our 2 goals on that night. But then we took them back to the bridge and we said, you know what? There's not going to be no snow here. We got the advantage this time, and we spanked them 7-1. Job done. So that's the first one. Before, actually, I should have mentioned this match before that match, because this match came before, actually. This was against Vicentia of Italy. We went to the first leg we played at their ground, and we got beat 2 goals to... Was it 2 goals to nil? 2 goals to nil? Or 2 goals to 1? What was it? 2-1? And then... No, it's 2-0. We got beat 2-0 at their ground. Or 1... Oh, so it's getting confusing now. I think we got beat 1-0 at their ground. Yeah, that's it. And then they scored first in the return leg at Stamford Bridge. And that made it so that we had to score 3 goals to get through, because of the away goal rule was counted. It was still a thing back then. And then so they took a 2-0 lead in the tie overall, and we had to score 3 goals to get through. And that night, goals by, I think it was Gus Poyet. Did Zola score or assist? I think they might have scored a goal. And no, Mark Hughes, Gus Poyet, Mark Hughes, and great cross, I think it was by Vialli, and Zola headed it in. So we ended up winning the game by 3 goals to 1, and we got through, and that was a great night of football. Second comeback was the year that we actually, no, before that, let's go to the Barcelona one. I was actually at the Nou Camp that year. We got beat 2-1 by Barcelona. I think we scored, there was an own goal by Belletti, who actually went on to join Chelsea. Actually, he scored an own goal, and then they came back and beat us 2-1. This Argentinian striker, whose name escapes me now, he scored the winner at the ground. And so we had to come back to Stamford Bridge to beat them. And if we have a first half like we did in that first half, again, I was at the Stamford Bridge for a return leg. One of the best atmospheres I've ever witnessed at the bridge. We blew them away in the first 15 minutes. I think goals by
Frank Lampard,
Gudjonsson and Duff, I think it was. And the football we played, they just couldn't live with us. It was fast-paced football, and and with the fans, baying us on. 3 goals, and that was it. But then we had to do another comeback because Ronaldinho scored one of the greatest goals you'll ever see at Stamford Bridge. He toe poked the ball from 25 yards out, and it was a ball, a standing ball. He got so much power on that ball. And I think at the time he scored just before half time. I can't remember, he scored the goal to put them back into the game. And then he scored actually to make it 3-2. So advantage was with Barcelona because they had that away goal again. That the away goal rule was counted. But then was it 9 minutes from time? A nice sneaky little foul by Ricky Carvalho allowed John Terry to header the ball into the back of the net. Luckily the eagle-eyed Italian referee missed. That's a smart block by Carvalho. We scored 4-2. Game over. What a game that was. It had everything. I said it had a breathtaking 30 minutes. It was tense just before half time, and the second half was very tense before the relief of John Terry scoring that goal. Then we had to hang on again for another few minutes, but victorious. So let's go to our final comeback, and probably the most important comeback in the club's history. And this was when we played against Napoli in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. And was it quarters or the last 16? I think it was the last 16, because I think then we went on to beat Benfica, and then Barcelona was in the semis. So we had AVB as our manager, and we got beat 3-1 there, and that was this final game. It was the second to last game. I think he got sacked after we got beat by West Bromwich. But yeah, so things weren't looking good under his management, and so we're coming into the second leg now, and we now had Roberto Di Matteo as our manager coming into the second leg, where we had to overturn a 3-1 deficit to try and win the tie, and I think we went 2-0 up or something. I think
Inler
scored, and heads dropped. Okay, that's it, game over. Then we went 3-1 up. And I think it was Branislav Abramovic who scored for us towards the end, and what a comeback that was. And as I said, most important because 2012 was when we went on to win that Champions League. So fantastic. But all these comebacks I'm talking about happened at Stamford Bridge. Whenever we've been behind in a tie, I don't think we've ever made a comeback away from home to actually win a tie. So that's what's going to make tomorrow a lot more difficult to get through. Because I remember the last time we got beat by 3 goals was a couple of seasons ago under Frank Lampard, when we lost 3-0 to Bayern Munich, and then we got beat again. Was it 4-1? To lose the tie 7-1 overall. So if anyone can think of a comeback away from home, just stick it in the comment section below. Now, guys, this is the time to make history and a big, massive comeback in that tie away from home. We're going to see characters are going to be tested. We're going to see who is ready, who's going to be separating the men from the boys tomorrow. So all I want is for the side to give a good account of themselves, even if they just fall short of the line. If we can prove that we're not going to go out with a whimper, we're going to fight to keep this Champions League that we've got. We're the holders. Let's fight tooth and nail to try and keep this trophy. And if you give your best, but your best on the day is not quite there, then I'll be happy with that. But guys, please do not live with any regrets. So any other comebacks you can think of as well, either home or away, stick it in the comment section below. Until then, guys, is hoping for a positive result tomorrow, and I'll see you on the next video. So don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on all post notifications that you'll be notified every time I make a new video.